Let's get down to business. You are listening to the show that is all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Get Down to Business is powered by Tandem HR, your solution center. You can find them at tandemhr.com or email them, simplify@tandemhr.com. We are talking with the man himself, the man who I go to when I have questions, when I need advice on HR, when I need advice on employment. This is the man that I turn to. We're talking with Bruce Leon, the Mr. President of Tandem HR, our good friend of Get Down to Business. Bruce, thanks for joining us on the show, as always.
Glad to be here, Shalom.
So, Bruce, first of all, what's the latest and greatest in the world of Tandem HR? Any excitement? Any new growth? Any new events that you've been working on?
Well, first, Shalom, I think we're almost celebrating 6 months of partnering with you and WIND on this great radio show, and I want to thank you for all you've done. And I know the show's picking up a lot of traction, and it's due to a lot of the hard work you're doing, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Bruce. It's a partnership, and we're making a difference in the business community together.
So I would say the biggest thing that's going on is recently we had somebody in our HR outsourcing space that went public. It's caused quite a stir on Wall Street. It's been doing quite well, and it's been giving a lot of notice to people outsourcing. And I think in general, there's been a show called Kramer Mad Money, and they went on to talk about how any business who didn't really outsource all their administrative headaches was not really doing things efficiently. So we're really hoping that that the whole business of HR outsourcing, of going to a one-source method, is going to catch on, especially here in Chicago area. We're seeing a lot more traction. We're hoping to have a pretty bang-up selling season here for the last quarter of the year.
Bruce, with all that growth, you still take my calls.
Shalom, I'll always take your calls. You know that.
Oh, fantastic. So, Bruce, let's talk about something. This week, our listeners are hearing a lot about growing businesses, a lot about retail businesses. But something that's always sort of perturbed me, and I've always wondered what it means for a growing business, a business like Tandem HR. When you have growth, typically you can't handle it yourself. You need to bring on new people to help support that growth, whether in an administrative function, in a sales capacity, but in a variety of roles. You need to find new people. So you hire the people. We talk a lot about what it takes to attract talent and to find the right person, but now you found them. How do you bring them on board? How do you empower them to do an effective job? Do you have any advice for our listeners?
Well, first of all, Shalom, I will say this. We're blessed to be in a situation right now. I think we have 15 positions open, so I know you've got a lot of listeners who may know people looking for work or themselves, so please keep us in mind at tandemhr.com. But I think that our challenge, and we had an all-company meeting yesterday to let it out there, is that you want to be selective in picking the best employees, those employees that can grow with you as a company, that have a lot of the inner qualities that make for somebody that can be a great customer service person, that can think on their heels. And so, the first step is really to identify and utilize all the things that you can do, LinkedIn and other social media ideas to find those employees that are going to become great employees.
And that's so important, and you do that both in finding good people for your company, but also your HR professionals are helping with your clients and helping clients grow, and that's so important. So you just shared a story about one of your clients that's going public, which is huge. So I'm sure they're bringing people on right and left. And after you make a hire and you have a start date of, let's say it's September 8th, what do you do on September 8th? What do you do when that person walks in the door on that first day? Do you just sort of plop them at that desk and say, get to work? Or how do you sort of bring them into the culture, the environment of a company that you might have just hired them for?
Well, Shalom, there's a theory out there that the first day of work is a critical day. It really sets the stage. It's kind of like that first date. And so we try to make it here at Tandem a great experience for them. The more creative you can be, the better. Whether you have a note at their desk, a balloon, a card, a sweatshirt.
No whoopee cushions, right?
No whoopee cushions, exactly. This is not a hazing experience, right? So just the opposite. You really want to show them the love. I think that in our firm, the team members get together. go for lunch the first day. And, the whole onboarding process really starts from the first minute the person walks into the office, and to make sure they really understand the culture of the company and really set the tone for that this is going to be a great experience. One of the things you have to realize in a very tight job market you're in today is that somebody might have had, been interviewing with a number of different places. We're finding a lot of employers are like sort of holding back, and once somebody gets an offer, all of a sudden the old employers start calling back. So you have to realize that it's possible somebody's going to call that employee back within the first week and maybe say, I heard, that you took a job. We were ready to make you an offer. And so if that first week isn't a good week, you might even lose somebody, which is a shame, right? So I think that first day, that first week is really critical to make sure that the onboarding goes smoothly and that the employee really feels comfortable in the new position.
And to our listeners, I'll tell you this, that we know you're busy. We know you have a lot of things tugging for your attention, but do not overlook, as Bruce Leon of Tandem HR just said, do not overlook your new employee's first day. Don't think, gosh, I went through all the hard work of recruiting the right person, making an offer, negotiating, whatever it might take, and now they're on board. Now we're good. Now we're just going to sort of forget about them. As Bruce said, have a little note at their desk. Make sure you welcome them properly. Make sure that their desk is set up. Make sure there's pens and pencils and a cup on the desk. Make sure their computer works. Make sure they have the login and the access that they need so they can hit the ground running on the first day and have a really, really good experience. Because it's, as Bruce, as you said, it's so hard to find good people, and you wouldn't want to sort of wreck that opportunity by losing somebody just because the little things didn't work out properly. Really, really important advice for listeners of Get Down to Business. Any other advice that you might have on attracting talent?
Yeah, I think that it's important, if they haven't done so through the interview process, depending on what level they're at, that the first day they sort of meet different managers from different departments. You don't want to get people too siloed right away. You want to sort of show that you're a fun environment as well as very professional. So you want to, have that balance between setting the rules and also with, introducing to the nice things. If you got a ping pong table in your lunchroom like we do, or you've got a little workout area for people that people do yoga at, you want to make sure they kind of get the full feel of all the good things. You want to really sell it. So you're kind of reselling again that stuff that you did during the interview, but you want to really solidify that relationship. And then, of course, there's a lot of stuff that relate to all the paperwork stuff that has to be done, benefits, sign up, and all the stuff there. You don't want to bog that down, but that's certainly part of the process. And maybe during that process, different people from the company come over and say hello. I think it's nice if you even put something up at the front door. People walk in saying, welcome, so-and-so, the new employee. So, there's just different things you can do to really make that person feel special. Great idea.
Put up a sign, welcome the person. Make sure they feel welcome. Make sure they find their parking space and they're able to get in the door. So, Bruce, honest answers to this question. If you had a new employee and they come in and you offer them a game of ping pong in that ping pong table in the Tandem HR lunchroom, do you let them win?
I don't have to let them win, Shalom. It's not too hard to beat the boss these days, okay? But
oh, Bruce, we're gonna have some fun. So, Bruce Leon of Tandem HR, our friend, the Solution Center for all things HR, and a good friend of this show of Get Down to Business, offering a lot of advice on attracting talent. And Tandem HR actually has several openings, which I want to talk about in a second. But also in orienting new employees, setting them up for success, have a sign at the door, make sure their desk is set up, make sure they're ready to go, and make sure they're not in a silo, make sure they get to know their colleagues. So let's get back to that. TandemHR.com, they've got a blog, they've got a wealth of information for you. But what are the few positions that you're hiring for right now?
Well, we've got a number of positions that are in HR assistants. We've got some benefit assistants. We've got some we really are looking for some good, solid, people, recent college grads or people with 1 to 5 year experience. We've got a few senior positions, a senior HR position also open. But I think that mostly they're in we've got a couple payroll. Anybody that's got a payroll background would be well-versed to come here. We've got a senior position as well as 2 junior positions in the payroll department. So we've got a pretty wide variety. I think we've listed them all on the website, and there's some other areas where you can see our different job openings. But feel free to call me or to go to the website if you're online now looking for a job.
Once again, tandemhr.com. And Bruce, your phone number?
Is 371-6201.
Fantastic. Bruce Leon of Tandem HR, tandemhr.com. They've got openings. They've got a lot of advice. And a shout out to the fantastic team at Tandem HR who helps make this show a reality every single week. Ryan, Beth, Bruce, you guys are fantastic. Gay, you guys are wonderful. You make it so easy and you make me look so good and finding some fantastic guests and great turn a show into a great one every single week. After the break, we're talking more about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship on Get Down to Business.